Welcome back to our channel. I'm your teacher for today, and we will have a special guest teacher for today's lesson since Suryazo and Suryako is not around. Who is he? It's a secret. Before we start with our discussion, let's have common goal. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to be introduced to Scratch Editor interface, know the parts of the editor interface, know Scratch sprites and sounds. Scratch comes in two versions, a browser-based version, and one that installs locally on a computer. Both versions share the same interface, except for a few differences, so you won't get lost when using either one. You can also work on a project in either versions of the editor, download or upload it, then continue working where you left off. Scratch projects are saved in SP2 file format. To show you the example of the two editors, I will give you to our special guest teacher, Sir Eric. Bring it on, sir.
Supposed to be magkuhan ko karon so I'm rest. I have to rest today since I feel like my body is not okay because of my cough. Nanangit ko sa among principal nga ma-absent kaya mo rest ako. Ang ubo. Kaya lisod na, COVID karon ba? So na disturbo ko.
Sorry, sir. Sagdiragad. Guapo bataka.
Anyway, for the sake of explaining the lesson, so it's okay for me. So let's proceed. So I will show you now the web version of the Scratch program, and so also with the offline version of the Scratch. So all you have to do is to open any browser will do. Chrome, Edge, Opera, Brave, anything browser, and then all you have to do is go to Scratch .mit.edu. Okay, and then after that is on the top part of the browser, you can see there a menu beside the Scratch logo, create, and then all you have to do is to click it, and then this is our online. Hinay kayong loading, creating project, creating blocks. Mag-wait ng kalingkag mga 2 or 3 seconds, and then this is your online version of Scratch. So as what my virtual assistant said, we have two versions of Scratch. We have the online and the offline, and now I'll be showing you the second version or the offline version of the Scratch program. So ako naka-open ini, and this is your offline editor. As you can see at the top part of the window, you can see there Scratch to offline editor. If you don't have your internet and gusto ka nga mo try og Scratch, you just have to install an offline editor just like this. So these are the two versions of Scratch that you can use, an online editor and an offline editor. So I will give you back to my virtual assistant. Okay.
Thank you, Sir Eric. Please stand by KNA Pack ASL Donata to install the Scratch program on your PC. You must have the following requirements. 1. Windows, Mac OS, or 32-bit Linux operating systems. 2. Adobe Air version 2.6 Plus. This installs automatically. When you install Scratch on a Windows machine, Mac users need to download the installer separately. 3. Well over 23 MB of free hard drive space. The Scratch editor has 5 main areas: the stage, the toolbar, the blocks palette, the sprite list, and the scripts tab. To explain each part, I will give you back to my boss. Sir Eric, take it away.
So I will be handling I will be taking over. So thank you, my virtual assistant, for giving me the chance to explain more about the Scratch program. So let's proceed immediately. The Scratch editor has 5 main areas: the stage, the toolbar, blocks palette, the sprite list, and the scripts tab. So let's talk first about the stage. Okay, at the upper left side of the editor's workspace is the stage. So this is the stage here. This is where the sprites, which is what Scratch calls object or assets are drawn or placed when these are used in a project. So all of the sprite that you will be using can be found here. All the actions that will happen will be found. You can find it on the stage. The stage is also where the sprites interact. So since Scratch is used as an animation program, on this area, the stage, you can make your sprites interact with each other. Okay, this is an example of a sprite, a cat sprite. The Scratch editor stage is laid out like a grid. It is 480 pixels wide by 300 pixels tall. So we have 480 pixels from here to here. And we also have 360 pixels from here to the bottom. Scratch calls its movement units as steps. So every step is equal to 1 pixel. So to make it short, if we have 480 pixels from this area to this place, we also have 480 steps from left to right and 360 steps from top to bottom. The stage has also 3 additional parts. As you can see, at the top part of the stage is three icons. The first icon is this one, the presentation mode icon. If you click this one, your window will switch into a full screen mode, and if you click that one, you will go back to your window mode. Another part of the stage is the green flag, which means go or start the program, and the red button, which means stop the program. That easy, that simple. Another part of the Scratch user interface is the sprite list. Right under the stage is the sprite list, which also shows all the sprites that you have inserted into the stage. So if you insert additional sprite on your stage, it can also be seen on the sprite list. This is also where most of the sprite related operation in the editor will be done. When the Scratch editor is first opened, a sprite of an orange cat is set by default, but this can be easily changed. So if you open your Scratch program, the default sprite is this cat. Okay? Just like the stage, sprite list has also different parts. Let's talk it one by one. First is the sprite thumbnail. This one. This is the sprite thumbnail. It displays the sprites that have been inserted into the stage. So whatever sprite you have on your stage is also the thumbnail of the sprite can be seen on the sprite thumbnail. With active sprites having thumbnails with blue outline, you can identify if it is the active sprite if it has blue outline. So let's try inserting another sprite. Okay, let's insert bananas. Okay, to identify the active sprite, it should have blue outline. So in this case, the active sprite is the banana because it has the blue outline, and on this case it is the cat because it has the blue outline. Another part of the sprite list is the sprite library. The sprite library has several pre-installed sprites that come with Scratch. So together with the Scratch program, there comes also many sprites that is pre-installed on the application. You can find these sprites on the sprites library. This icon. Click that one and then you can see different category of sprites. Okay, so let's add a frog. Okay, let's add a frog. Frog. Okay, so we have 3 sprites. We have 3 thumbnails since we have 3 sprites. Another part of the sprite list is the paint new sprite. You can always make your own sprite. How? Just click this one, this pen icon, and then a drawing space will appear on the right side of your window, and then you can draw your own sprite. So I will be drawing my own sprite. If you can guess what I'm drawing, I will give you a reward. What is this? I guess no one can guess, so that's okay. I'm drawing a pumpkin. Okay. I don't care if it doesn't look like a pumpkin, but it is a pumpkin for me. Okay. Now I have my own pumpkin. See? So another sprite appears on the stage. Next is the upload sprite from file. If you want to download a character online, you download it and then you can upload that character on your sprite program by clicking this one. For example, I will be adding this. Open. So that one. It appeared. Okay. And next, let's delete that one so you can see the rest of the sprite. Next is you can use your own picture as your sprite. Okay, by clicking this one, camera. See, save, and then you have your own picture. Okay, so if you don't have a camera on your PC, you can check my video. I will be leaving the link below and above my head. That video is about making your own cell phone, your Android phone or your iOS as a video cam. So you check out that one so you don't have to buy your own camera, your own video cam, your own webcam. Next. Okay, another part of the sprite list is the new sprite, the stage background. The stage background thumbnail shows your stage looks with any sprites on it. By default, it has only white background. So as you can see, on the stage, we only have white background. If you want to add a background, you can draw your own background. See? You can draw. And if you don't want to draw, if you don't know how to draw, you can use the default background. Okay. Okay, that is the sprite list. Let's proceed immediately to the blocks palette. The middle part of the Scratch workspace is made up of blocks palette. It has 3 tabs on top: the scripts, costumes, and sound. These are the 3 parts of the blocks palette. Scripts tab. Scratch, as you may recall, is a programming language that uses graphical elements called blocks to represent commands and line of codes. The scripts tab is where the blocks that will add interactivity to your Scratch project. So if you want your Scratch to move, you just have to select the right block on your blocks palette. Okay, and for example, this one will be, we will let Scratch move 10 steps or 10 pixels forward. So we just have to select the correct blocks for us to build the right script. So we will use an event block to control the action of the sprite, so we will be using this event block. When the green flag is clicked, Scratchy will move 10 steps forward, but I guess 10 steps is not enough, so we will change that to 100 steps or 100 pixels forward. So let's try. Green flag, ready, go. Yep. So when you will be clicking the green flag, the sprite that you have programmed will follow your own. So whatever script that you are building, your sprite will follow. Okay, so that's the scripts tab. So next meeting or next video, we'll be talking about Scratch, sprites, and sound. So this is the last topic, I guess. So we'll be doing this one next meeting, our next topic. So if you have questions about this video, about this topic, you can leave your questions at the comment section. So I will give you back to my virtual assistant. Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
I think Sir Eric has discussed all the main areas. If you have questions, comment down below, or write it in a 1/4 sheet of paper and we will answer it in the next video. Thank you and God bless. Do not forget to subscribe.